our next movie, Mosley, really is one that honestly I was really kind of having high hopes for, and I am so thankful that it lived up to everything I wanted and more. It really surprised me. I was hoping it would be cute and heartwarming and touching and kind of all of those things that you want in an animated movie, but it had so much more to it. There was so much more meaning in it that just goes beyond what the story was. And it answered one of our biggest questions, a question that I addressed last Thursday in my upcoming movies podcast of what are these creatures? I mentioned a total plethora of different ideas, but what they are is thoriphants. Now, if you've never heard that name before, don't feel bad. Neither had I before this movie. But the thoriphants were basically raised and sold to help farmers and stuff work their fields. One thing that sets them apart from other just typical farm animals is they could talk and communicate with their owners. After Simon bought Mosley, he ended up finding much more than a farmhand or farm helps, or so it be, as he really didn't have hands. And then as Mosley grew up, he had a young child of his own. I just love how this just all plays out. One of the things in this is it says to keep your head up and your eyes out front. Through the fields, one summer day, we'll see the uprights come, posture straight and massive hands that dwarf the size of any man's, removing yoke and chain, and bands our toil will then be done. Now, if that reminds you of something else, I think that this was meant to, but it didn't do so in an in-your-face way. It did so in a thoughtful way and in a meaningful way that just really reaches across different boundaries. But Mosley's son decides to go kind of adventuring, and in doing so, he comes across these cave paintings of these upright thoriphants that walk on their hind legs, and they have hands. Now, it's not that they don't have front legs previously, but they walked on all fours and they didn't have things like fingers. Through all of this, the Bemus's traveling medicine show comes and they're trying to buy Mosley's son. And they're trying to convince Simon, the one who owns Mosley and his family, to do that. And since Mosley's wife is pregnant with another thoriphant, it kind of takes you down a path that feels like it's going to be a tragedy, and you get so wrapped up in it. When it changes course and you realize what's actually happening, it just leaves a warm feeling in your heart that just leaves you smiling. This one is definitely, I would say, safe for all ages. There may be a few things you might have to explain or a few questions that might need to be answered, but it is such a touching story. Now, if you're wondering what I gave Mosley on the deputy scale, I might surprise you a little bit with this one. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. This one it deals with a lot of grown-up issues in a very gentle way. This story tackled a delicate situation with grace and dignity in such a way that it will be remembered for many years. I definitely recommend this if you have a chance.